Over the past 2 decades, research on mindfulness, the science of happiness, and the neurobiology of the brain suggested happiness is not a choice, but rather something we do. In fact, trying to be happy is counterproductive. So if trying to be happy doesn't work, then what does? Well, research indicates that practicing certain habits induces a sense of well-being, which doesn't mean being happy all the time, but rather that we feel contentment with our lives despite the ups and downs. And isn't that what happiness is all about? Feeling good about our lives. So what are these habits for happiness? Habit number 1, taking care of our bodies. In other words, for our brains to remain healthy, we need to feed them regular exercise, a good diet, and proper sleep. Habit number 2, developing close relationships, because our brains seemed hardwired to need emotional support from others and to give it as well. However, it's the quality of these relationships that matters, not the quantity, because research suggests it's difficult to develop a sense of well-being and contentment if we live in emotional isolation. Thus, having at least a few close and emotionally intimate relationships helps feed our brains to keep them healthy. Habit number 3, practicing mindfulness, which means savoring the joys of life while directly facing its challenges without obsessing on them. It means being intentionally and fully present to the unfolding of our lives with an attitude of curiosity and wonder rather than with constant judgment. Practicing mindfulness and mindfulness meditation develops and strengthens the mid-prefrontal cortex, the most highly evolved part of our brain, which then weakens its connection to our lower brain stress reaction, thus allowing us to respond to life's challenges rather than reacting in a knee-jerk manner. Living mindfully is a proven practice for decreasing stress, improving emotional regulation, and improving self-care, all of which helps to create a sense of well-being and contentment with our lives. Habit number 4, living a meaningful life by engaging in activities that create a sense of purpose. For some, living a meaningful life might be achieved through religious or spiritual practices. For others, it might be found through work or volunteering. Purposeful activity for a greater good and feeling connected to something greater than ourselves are highly correlated with an increased sense of well-being and contentment. Habit number 5, developing optimism and gratitude, which has been shown by much research to improve physical and mental health. Even more encouraging is the research that demonstrates that optimism and gratitude can be learned through practice, such as by maintaining a gratitude list, keeping a journal of 3 good things that happen each day, and writing letters of gratitude that are read aloud to persons we appreciate. Think of optimism and gratitude as polishes that keep our brains shining. Habit number 6, uncovering and recognizing our own strengths, which is correlated with a sense of well-being and contentment. This makes sense because depressed persons tend to be highly critical of themselves. Learning to value and build on our strengths rather than condemn our weaknesses will enhance our sense of well-being and happiness. To uncover your strengths, go to the University of Pennsylvania's Authentic Happiness Questionnaire Center and take the VIA Survey of Character Strengths to uncover your 4 greatest strengths. So as you can see, happiness is not something that just happens to us. Rather, it's something we do. Unfortunately, many of us learn bad habits growing up amid dysfunction, abuse, trauma, or tragedy. The good news, however, is that we can learn to do happiness by slowly introducing these 6 habits into our daily routines, one step at a time, which is like giving water, rich soil, and sunshine to a wilted flower, and then we can watch our happiness bloom. Good luck on your journey to contentment. If you found this video helpful, please click the thumbs up button. And if you want to hear more from me, then subscribe to my channel, Counselor Carl. I will be publishing a new video every other weekend. And if you'd like help in learning to develop these proven habits for happiness, then visit my website, SerenityOnlineTherapy.com, to learn more about me and the online services I provide. And finally, keep paying attention to your life. Until next time.